You who've been praying night and day for urgent money, only to check your bank account and see crickets. Aren't you done with that sinking feeling? Take a deep breath, because Solomon, the guy who had gold on tap and wisdom that still echoes today, has a message straight from the past. Hey, you're missing the point. Forget sitting around hoping for a handout from heaven. The 7 secrets I'm about to drop are like a wake-up call to ditch scarcity for good. We're talking faith that moves mountains, fasting that sharpens your focus, and real-world strategies so strong your financial provision won't just grow, it'll soar. This isn't just talk. It's a game-changer for anyone ready to live better. Here's the deal. Solomon didn't become the richest king ever by luck. He cracked the code to abundance, and it's all right there in the Bible, waiting for you. I'm not here to bore you with dusty history. I'm here to hand you hope on a platter, to show you a path to a life where money stress doesn't call the shots. Hit that subscribe button now, smack the like button to lock in your spot, and stick with me. In just a few minutes, you'll get lessons so clear and powerful they'll light a fire under you. Secrets for those gutsy enough to say, I want more, and I'm ready to make it happen. So what's it gonna be? Keep wishing for a better tomorrow, or start building it today? Come on, let's turn your life around together. 1. Seek wisdom above wealth, for it leads to prosperity. Picture someone desperate for urgent money, chasing financial provision like it's buried treasure. Solomon, back in Proverbs 3 verses 13 to 16, already laid it out. Happy is the one who finds wisdom, for it's worth more than silver and gold. It's almost a wake-up call for anyone thinking money alone solves everything, right? He's saying wisdom is the map to the prosperity you're after. So, before you fast and pray for a financial miracle, how about asking for insight to handle what's already in your hands? Now, here's how practical this gets. Some folks win the lottery and lose it all in 2 years because they lack know-how. Wisdom teaches you to make smart choices, like skipping that impulse buy or investing your tithe with faith, trusting in God's provision. Try this. Grab a book like The Richest Man in Babylon. It's simple, straight up, and echoes what Solomon would say today. It'll make you think, wow, I can do better with my urgent money. And guess what? That opens doors to bigger blessings. Think about it. If you're praying for a financial breakthrough but don't know how to multiply what comes, it's like planting a seed and forgetting to water it. Solomon knew real prosperity doesn't just drop from the sky. It comes when you mix faith with action. So, why not start jotting down your expenses today, asking God for wisdom to ditch what's useless? Bit by bit, you'll see the path to wealth isn't just about having more, but using what you've got wisely. And speaking of using things well, ever thought about the power of hard work? 2. Work diligently and avoid laziness. Know that person who just prays for urgent money but won't get out of bed to chase it? Solomon, in Proverbs 10 verse 4, shuts that down. Lazy hands make you poor, but diligent hands bring wealth. It's like a straight-up message for anyone wanting a financial miracle. God blesses those who hustle. My friend, diligence is the engine that keeps your faith running and pulls prosperity closer. So, if you're fasting for financial provision, why not pair it with some real effort? Take a biblical example. Joseph in Egypt didn't wait for grain to fall from the sky. He worked hard, planned, and stored up for lean times. Today, that could be you waking up early to do a side gig like selling stuff online or helping out at church. Here's a golden tip. Make a simple to-do list and tackle it one by one. It's crazy how that gives you control and opens doors to urgent money. Laziness holds you back, but purposeful work takes you far. You see? And here's the thing. It's not just about chasing daily bread. It's about honoring God with your effort. When you work diligently, it's like saying, Lord, I trust your promise, but I'll do my part too. Ever noticed how the most prosperous people you know are disciplined? They don't wait for luck. They build their financial provision with sweat and prayer. And speaking of honoring God, what could he do when you put him first? 3. Honor God with your finances and be generous. Want a financial provision that fills your pockets and overflows with blessings? Solomon, in Proverbs 3 verses 9 to 10, drops the master tip. Honor the Lord with your wealth and the firstfruits of your income. It's like a secret few catch. Putting God first in your finances opens the heavens. For those fasting for urgent money, try tithing with faith before paying any bill. It's an act of trust that shakes both the spiritual and practical. Who doesn't want full barns, right? Think of the poor widow who gave her 2 coins, Mark 12 verses 42 to 44. She had next to nothing, but gave it all with a generous heart, and Jesus praised her. Today, that could be you slipping $10 from your urgent money to bless someone in need. Sounds wild, but that's how generosity plants seeds for your own harvest. God sees the heart, and He doesn't leave a faithful child hanging. Trust me. And listen, it's not just about giving, it's about living with gratitude. When you honor God with what you have, big or small, He multiplies it in ways you can't explain. Ever seen someone who always helps others and then lands a job offer out of nowhere? That's the overflowing vats Solomon talks about. So, while you pray for a financial miracle, open your hand to sow. And ever thought how much more you'd have to give if you managed your spending better? 4. Avoid debt and be prudent with spending. Who hasn't felt the weight of a late bill hanging over them? Solomon, in Proverbs 22 verse 7, warned us, "The borrower is slave to the lender." For anyone praying for a financial miracle, this is a heads up. Dodging debt frees your provision from the jaws of interest. Picture this. Instead of scrambling for urgent money to cover a credit card, you could be saving for a peaceful future. So, how about saying no to that tempting installment plan today? Here's a real-life twist. Some folks spend everything on a whim and then fast for God's rescue. Solomon would say flip that script. Try this, jot down a simple budget, what comes in, what goes out, in a notebook. If $50 are left, stash it for a rainy day instead of blowing it on takeout. It's a small move that breaks the chains of financial slavery and gets you closer to the peace prudence brings. God wants to bless you, but you've got to make room for it. And check this out. Avoiding debt isn't just about saving. It's about trusting God provides without you getting tangled up. Ever met someone who lives within their means and always seems to have enough? That's wisdom at work. While you pray for urgent money, skip that daily $10 coffee. In a month, that's $300 extra. And speaking of extra, ever wondered how planning could secure your tomorrow? 5. Plan carefully and save for the future. Ever felt that panic of needing urgent money with nothing to fall back on? Solomon, in Proverbs 21 verse 20, nailed it. The wise have a desirable treasure, but fools devour everything. It's like a wake-up call for anyone living paycheck to paycheck. Planning is the key to not being caught off guard. For you fasting for financial provision, imagine the relief of having a safety net. So why not start tucking away 10% of what you get, even if it's just $20? Look at Joseph. He saved food for 7 years and kept a whole nation from starving. Genesis 41. Today, that could be you setting aside cash for a simple investment like a fixed income fund or even a piggy bank at home. Here's a tip. Try an app like Mobiles to track your spending and spot where to cut. That urgent money you're praying for becomes a seed for a fatter future. And God loves a planner. And get this, planning isn't just about saving, it's about dreaming with faith. While fools burn through everything in a flash, the wise multiply with patience. Ever thought of praying for a breakthrough while mapping out how to clear a debt or buy something cash? That's fasting paired with action, and it pays off. And speaking of paying off, what happens when you rely more on God than your wallet? 6. Don't trust wealth alone, but integrity and fear of God. Ever noticed how urgent money can come and go in a heartbeat? Solomon, in Proverbs 11 verse 4, lays it bare. Riches won't help in the day of wrath, but righteousness saves from death. For anyone fasting for financial provision, this is a reminder. A full bank account doesn't guarantee peace, but integrity does. So, while you're seeking a miracle, how about focusing on living right, honoring God in every choice? That's the kind of wealth no one can steal. Take a real-world case. Some chase money at any cost and end up drowning in guilt or trouble. Solomon would say swap that hustle for fear of God, like paying bills on time, being honest at work, and trusting He'll provide. Want something practical? Check out the Christian Leader's Bible to see how solid values attract blessings. That urgent money you're after gains a bigger purpose when tied to heaven. And here's the kicker. True prosperity isn't just having, it's being. While you fast for an open door, God might be shaping you to receive something lasting. Ever seen someone live upright and have peace of plenty, even without luxury? That's Solomon's eternal treasure. And speaking of treasure, what if you spread your efforts to not lean on just one source? 7. Diversify investments and be cautious with risks. Heard the saying, don't put all your eggs in one basket? Solomon, in Ecclesiastes 11 verse 2, backs it up. Divide your portion among 7 or even 8, for you don't know what's coming. For you praying for urgent money, this is a nudge to spread your bets and not bank on one plan. Imagine this. Instead of dumping everything into a risky venture, you split your financial provision across a few streams. How about testing the waters with something small, like selling sweets and saving some to invest? Think of Joseph again. He didn't bet on just wheat. He managed it all to weather the storm. Today, that could be you putting $100 in a safe CDB, $50 in an online course to earn more, and $30 in an offering with faith. Here's a simple idea. Look into Treasury Direct. It's low risk and beats savings accounts. Perfect for beginners. That miracle money you're fasting for gets wings with smart moves. And listen up. Being cautious isn't fear, it's wisdom. While you ask God for an open door, He might steer you clear of traps like pyramid schemes. Ever seen someone diversify and always have a backup? That's Solomon talking to you. So, how about praying for discernment to invest wisely and watch your provision grow? Now that you've got Solomon's 7 secrets, tell me, are you going to keep staring at the urgent money that never shows up? Or will you step up with faith and wisdom? Think about it. What if today was the day to turn things around, to fast with purpose, plan like Joseph, and honor God like Solomon taught? What's your next move? Saving $10, cutting a silly expense, or praying for clarity? Don't let this spark die. Your prosperity is begging to bloom. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, and stick around to learn more. Because those who think, pray, and act truly get rich.